Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward the most positive way possible. Today we're going to cover the Moon Astrology for December 7th through December 13th. I like to get into the Moon Astrology because it changes every couple of days, but it really affects how you feel about things, and how you feel about things is really, you know, your experience in life. It's how you feel about things. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of things. I hope you will join me Monday night, which would be tonight, most likely when you're watching this. Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. from 7:30 till 9 Eastern Standard Time in the United States, and we do Moon Day Night Live. We pull a couple cards for each of the signs, and then we open it up for question and answer. And last week we had 40 minutes and of Q&A. It was a lot of fun. It was a real little party. So if you're looking for something to do on Monday night to have some fun, come and join us, come hang out. So lots going on this week. Oh gosh, and I almost forgot. I really want to thank you guys. I do, because Capricorn, I always look forward to this reading. It's like coming home for me, and you guys are so supportive. And so I just really want to take a moment to thank you for that. So this week we are building toward that eclipse. That eclipse is happening on the 14th, which is next Monday. And it is happening at 23 degrees of Sagittarius, which is really close to the galactic center. And so the work we're doing this week is really important. We're coming off of that eclipse that we just had in Gemini. And that would have been in your, if you're a Capricorn rising in particular, that would be in your 6th house of balance, work-life balance, health, day-to-day activities. And so there's this need to create space. And this week, with the eclipse coming up, it's about still continuing to create space, but now you're getting ready to plant a seed. So it's like maybe getting out there with the rototiller last week with the Gemini eclipse, right? It was like rototilling, and this week is kind of like picking up the clumps of dirt and shaking out the roots and tossing them to the side and smoothing out the dirt and creating space to plant that seed of intention that's coming in. It's a really cool vision. I have not cut in that one yet, so that's fun. Wow. Okay. And if you are a Capricorn rising, this would be happening in your 12th house. So no wonder you need a nice, really well tilled area, because this is where you're, with it coming so close to the galactic center, this is definitely about digging into your belief system, your philosophies, the way you view the world, the way you view things. I have got to do something about this incense. It's going crazy. It smells really good, but I can't breathe. It's such a choice. This energy is really going to be about figuring out where you go from here. Now, you can take this into a very practical place, because wherever your rising sign is how the house is set up. So it is about clearing space to create something. So whatever it is that you were looking forward to doing next, now's the time. Now's the time to look at your life and say, where can I eliminate things that are sucking my time, that don't bring the value? Where are the places where I can go in and say, all right, so this doesn't work for me, and I'd rather spend my time on this. So how do I make more time for this? You know, and some of those things could be your relationships. It could be a business idea. It could be just you're trying to create more actual balance in your life. So you're trying to create space to meditate or something like that. So I was thinking this week, actually, that's really weird. That I was thinking a little weird, but that's not what I meant. So I was thinking about how I have this odd schedule because of COVID. I work for 5 days and then I isolate for 9. And but those 9 days, one of them I have to go get tested for COVID, and pick up my mail from my sister's house, and because I live in an apartment building and I don't like getting my mail here. And so there's just like all these things, right? And so there's just running around stuff. And so that day's gone. And I was thinking about how I have a lot coming up and I waste a lot of time because I usually take 1 day to deep clean the house. So how can I, instead, during the week where I'm working, outside of the house, do my cleaning when I get home, which, that's like the guy that repairs cars for a living and his wife's still waiting for him to change the oil, right? But like, I don't really want to come home and clean my house when I'm doing it all day. But if I did that, then I would free up a whole day and have more energy. And so I'm like, okay, and how can I fit in more time to work out, because I'm still really recovering from this COVID, right? So looking at your life and figuring out, where can you tweak it? Where can you create space for the things that you really, really value, so that you can move forward in a way that is very beneficial and very helpful? And I want to thank you all for listening while I work through that crap for myself. Okay, thanks. So you guys have the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So this one's interesting because it's a female. She's looking right at me. But as usual, not moving. So maybe it's the page. It is Colette Baron Reed's. I swear the messenger, though, is the Knight. But let's look. Yeah, it's the Knight. Okay, so here's what it says. Hardworking, proceeding with integrity, perseverance, and grit. Prudent and careful efforts, thoroughness, industriousness, stamina, and dedication. Like all the stuff we were just talking about. Oh, I was talking about. It is figuring out how to work smarter, not harder, but probably end up being more productive, because, yeah, it's kind of hard to put the pause on, right, to create that balance. But I feel like for Capricorns in general, and particularly during this North Node and Gemini cycle, finding balance in your life is really important. It is really kind of what they're really working at trying to tell you. So it says, I am in flow, committed to co-creating with spirit effectively and efficiently. Oh my gosh. I do my best and never leave a job half done. I am dedicated and determined, knowing my efforts will pay off. All right, Capricorn, there you are. Someone just described you to you, right? I mean, so this week is about you being you in your highest, best qualities, right? Working efficiently and being more productive, but doing it with less effort. Being persistent and persevering and pushing through, and figuring out how to make it happen. But I really want to encourage you to make sure you're getting enough rest. This is a week where rest, especially, oh gosh, if you can clear space for the weekend, it's really a time to pull your energy in. It is hard to have a lot of energy this time of year if you're a Capricorn, especially if you're Capricorn rising, because it's 12th house when it's in Sagittarius. And so whatever rising sign you are, that 12th house time is really hard to be motivated through. So say you're a Scorpio, then during Libra season, you're pretty tired. If you are a Gemini, then during Taurus season, you're pretty tired. It's just that it's that month right before when it's in the 12th house that it's kind of exhausting and you're just trying to keep it together. So this week in particular, with that eclipse coming up, wow, there's a lot of cards. With this eclipse coming up, there is going to be a need when we get to the dark of the moon, and I'll cover that a little bit more in a minute, that you really create the space so that you can rest. So this little bugger keeps showing up. I love it though. Okay, so it's honey. It's the honeybee. I don't know if you can see, he's got daisies all over his head. I love daisies. Like, he's got daisies all over his head, and he has bees all over his face. There we go. I can't imagine doing that. Okay, but it's called reciprocity. And so this is about attracting, not chasing, right? It's about giving in order to receive. And daisies to me are always about a clean start. It's that happy face, it's that brightness, but it's also gosh, way back in the day, I was going to, when I started my business, I thought I was going to give it a name and everything. I never did that. But I was going to call it Fresh as a Daisy, because daisies make you feel like everything's fresh and new. It's springtime, but it's really early summer. So it's that, I don't know, and they're always got that big happy smile on their face. And so putting out the joy and the happiness in your life to attract the happiness and the joy back in, the sweetness in, right? Because the honeybee, that's, and then your efforts are rewarded, right? So the honeybee is busy and it's constantly moving, but then it creates this beautiful sweetness that sustains the whole hive. I was going to say tribe, which is funny. The whole hive, through the winter when there is no flowers to go get the. And so if you're attracting them to you, right, and by giving them extra flowers, then you can help yourself to a little bit of the honey, I'm thinking. I get a different message every time I see this card. This card is really fascinating to me. Ooh, you have the dolphin. There's a pregnant mermaid sitting on the back of a dolphin as they're playing. I'm going to get up close and let you guys really see this. It's called happiness. It's called happiness. So, pregnancy. That's something that you put a lot of effort into to get something out of also. It's number 42. That's a soulmate card. This one is 6. Okay, so 4 plus 2 is 6, and this is 6. And so they feel very connected to me. This reciprocity to bring the happiness in, the giving and the taking, the sharing, the playfulness, the joy that you put out there comes back to you. It's that happy face, right? It's that joy, that spreading the joy around. And then you have home. Oh, sorry, you have horse. Interesting that I said home. It's called, freedom. Oh man, these cards, I love them, but geez, it's so hard to find a way to see them in this light. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get it. There we go. See that white horse busting through the doorway, breaking free? But what's interesting is that doorway doesn't belong to anything. There's the woods behind him and there's the woods in front of him. Ooh! Have you ever read The Chronicles of Narnia? Because that's what that reminds me of. So the Chronicles of Narnia, in the last battle, where there is this doorway in the middle of the field, and those that cross through, they move into the new world. The new world is still Narnia, but it's a better version of Narnia. It's a beautiful version. It's lighter, it's brighter, it's higher frequency. That's what that feels like. It's the freedom to choose to move forward into your future in a way that is much happier. The choices in the room and then the space that you create for yourself this week, when you get to that eclipse, that energy comes right before that gateway. Right before that gateway, right? Where it is the solstice that is happening first day of Capricorn, right? When the sun moves into Capricorn, we have the winter solstice, and we have Jupiter and Saturn moving into Aquarius. And, I love Rick Levine. He's my favorite astrologer. But he's like, we are not entering the age of Aquarius. I'm going to disagree. And he is much more learned than I am, but I think I might be more intuitive. I think yes. But I feel like we're crossing the threshold, but we still have to build the bridge that gets us there. I don't think it's like right on the other side, and I don't think it's immediate, and I don't feel like the world just shifts and changes like that. But I think we cross a threshold of no return, where once we cross that threshold, we start building our way toward this new age. And so, and since he doesn't watch me, he doesn't know I corrected him, so that's okay. I really like him. Okay, so took some courses with him this summer. Really got so much out of it. All right, so that is for Monday and Tuesday when the moon is in Virgo. And Virgo is a trine energy for you. And it is there that it is going to, the moon is also going to trine with Uranus in Taurus, another earth sign. So these three earth signs really working hard together. And when the moon trines Uranus, it says, so what radical change are you going to make? What radical change are you going to bust through the doorway in order to create the change that brings the happiness and the joy in your life? Because it really looks like that's the goal here. So that is beautiful. And the moon is going to have this really nice conversation with Venus about what is your real dream? What do you really want to do? What do you want to bring in? And then, of course, the moon is going to have that conversation with, all the planets that are hanging out in Capricorn, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn. You're transforming something. How do you want to expand your life? And what is your plan? And so this is a week to really pull that energy and think about what it is you want to create for your plan. We have the moon squaring off with Mercury in Sagittarius and also the sun. And so this is going to be like that aha moment, like someone's going to say something and you're going to gather the information that you need from out of the blue. And there's a little tension for it, but I really think there's an opportunity to get the information you need as you're digging a little deeper to figure out what kind of changes you need to make. And then on Tuesday at 7:01 p.m., the moon is going to move into Libra. And when it does that, almost immediately it comes into that opposition with Chiron, the wounded healer. And in the meantime, there's all this irritated energy for the poor moon. We've got Neptune. Neptune in Pisces, which is at that uncomfortable angle. And we've got Uranus now is in an uncomfortable angle. And so they're kind of like, what are you dreaming? What are you hoping for? Talk to me about it. It's like this irritating. It's like it'd be hard to miss what it is that you're trying to work for because it's going to be annoying you. There's this irritating energy Wednesday and Thursday. And so while that is going on, the moon is in a great aspect now with the sun and Mercury. And so the conversation continues, about, so here's some more information for you as you work through that inner dialogue about what it is you're trying to change and what it is you're trying to create for yourself. The moon is also going to oppose Mars in Aries. It's like there needs to be action taken. Whether or not you're quite ready, I'm not sure. Because now you're going to be squaring off with that Capricorn council and they're going to be, again, what is your plan? There's a real need to dig deep and figure out what your plan is. Meanwhile, Venus is going to be having a really nice conversation with Pluto and they're going to be like, yeah, what do you really, really want to transform? Because we've got Venus in Scorpio and Scorpio's ruled by Pluto and Pluto's in your sign of Capricorn. There's a lot of energy supporting you making some choices here. So my spirit animal showed up. We have the hawk. Oh, geez, really the lighting. Okay, the hawk. Pay attention. A powerful message is being communicated to you now. That message is probably your inner dialogue because it's coming from spirit. It could come in the form of someone saying something to you, but I feel like maybe something irritates you, some information comes to you and you're like, and that I can't have this is what I just heard. I can't have this. So whatever it is, it's like there's something where you're like, okay, that's it. I need to make a change and I need to make a change now. And we have the flicker, which to me is a very kind of a Capricornish bird. They are always hard at work. It says new rhythms are coming into your life now. We encourage you to trust and adapt. New rhythms are coming into your life now. We are encouraging you to trust and adapt. There is a big change, a breakthrough, a moving from one space to another in your world somehow. Pay attention to the messages. This is about surrendering up to the divine and trusting and releasing your need to control it. I think Capricorn gets a bad rap for always wanting to be the control freaks. I think it's that Capricorn wants autonomy and wants to be in charge of themselves. And the best way to be in charge of yourself is to be your own boss, right? rise to the top of the thing so someone else can't tell you what to do. I don't think it's so much about telling everybody else what to do. It's more about, I don't want someone telling me what to do. And you're being asked to release that and be in flow and allow things to happen and unfold for you. To not have total control of the situation this week. Whoa. That's not super easy. That's not super easy, is it? Okay, so the moon is going to move into Scorpio on Thursday night at 8:59 p.m. That is right after, well, it's not right after because it's 3 hours after sundown here. So sundown on Thursday night is, I believe, or is it Friday night? No, it is. I think on the 10th is the beginning of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. I don't really know much about it. What I know is limited, but it was what I was thinking when I saw that note in the book, and I was like, oh, that's interesting because it is at the beginning of the dark of the moon. And so is it like that every time? I don't know because I really don't pay any attention. But the dark of the moon is where you pull all your energy in, and Hanukkah is about, they had enough lamp oil to last one night and it lasted 8. So they had to conserve it, I'm sure. They trimmed the wick, they didn't burn it too brightly, but they kept it burning because it still gives hope in the darkness, right? And so this dark of the moon, as we come up to this eclipse, feels really important this time. There's a need to seek the peace within the inner light and to rest and recover and repair and be ready to bust forth, kind of like a seed that pulls all of its energy in and it waits for the temperature to be right and the moisture content to be right before it pops out, right? And so I feel like that is the phase that's coming up this weekend. So if you can create time, I have a feeling that we're all going to be really tired this weekend. And so planning ahead and making sure that you have time to kind of take it easy. Do not overschedule. But nurture your dreams. Take some time to journal. Take some time to daydream. Take naps during the day. And when you wake up, write down what you dreamed about. Any little snippets of anything you can get, because the moon is going to be in a nice trine, supportive energy with Neptune and Pisces, and the sun is going to be trining Mars. And so this is about dreaming about what actions to take and what steps to take. And then Venus and moon are going to come into conjunction. And this is a chance to really feel down deep into what it is that you really want, that you love, that you want to chase down this dream. This is your opportunity to seal that energy in and get ready to do something with it. Okay, good. At first I was a little freaked out. I'm like, wait, I know we're supposed to be resting and you have travel. As though we can read this. Oh my gosh. Okay. It says travel. Trust me on that. It says seeing the surface of the ocean is not the same as diving deep to see the coral. I feel better about that because that is that moon conjunct Venus in Scorpio. That is diving deep to see the coral, the beauty in your soul, the beauty in your dream. Diving deep into space, to Neptune. What is that dream, that goal that you want to go for? There's a lot happening with that energy. And if you are a Capricorn rising, that's happening while the sun is in your 12th house, which is ruled by Neptune. Diving deep to know what it is that you really want is a big freaking deal this week. So take the time to do that. So this is traveling, yes, but this is traveling into you, into your inner consciousness, to know what it is that you want to create. And so, yes, Capricorn, you're all about hard work and staying busy. Create the space this weekend. Create the space to do this, to dream a little, to plan a little, to figure out what it is you really want. And Saturday night, the moon is going to move into Sagittarius at 9:39 p.m. And that really sets up that energy on Sunday. There is not a lot of planetary stuff going on, and the moon is just getting ready to move into conjunction with the sun, and it is going to conjunct Mercury, and so it's a really good time to have those conversations with yourself and maybe the significant people that they impact. But take time to rest and relax on Sunday if you can. Okay, yeah. So the card you have is It's Time to Decide. And see all that purple from the wisteria? Wisteria climbs high too. It really does. So it says, make a decision now so you can move forward. It's time to decide. This is the week where we really figure out where we're going to plant our seeds so that we can move forward and be ready to rock and roll. Because Capricorn season is going to start things in motion. I really think things start picking up after the new moon in Aquarius, but things are going to get a lot faster than people think they are. Faster, a lot faster, whatever. Start moving a lot faster than people think. Can you follow that? All right, so I hope I see you guys here on Moon Day Night Live. It's at 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Would love for you to come and hang out with me, and we can all get to know each other a little better. I really, really would love the connection. So hopefully I'll see you there. If not, I will see you back here next week. And take good care of yourselves. Use this opportunity. It is a big freaking deal. Don't miss it. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.